Into the season, two of the favorites to be the last team standing are playing against each other right now. I mean, obviously it's a long season. A lot of change has been made between the start of the season till now. But we're just focused on every game, every day. We've got to bounce back from that Golden State loss last night or 2 nights ago, and we got a tough road trip ahead of us, starting with Milwaukee, who's got great players all across the board. Great team, and we're going to have our hands cut out.
Giving up a fourth-quarter lead is atypical of this team earlier this season and last year. What did you guys see on the film as to what the main things that stood out about that Golden State loss?
First and foremost, you got to credit them. I mean, they're a hard-playing team. This isn't their first time being in Staples Center and coming back from 20 points. They're from a deficit. They did that to the Clippers earlier in the season. So giving them credit. Obviously they got Steph. They got guys that showed up and play hard and made some plays. We missed some shots that we normally would have made. Maybe we let our foot off the gas a little bit, but we definitely let one get away. But we got to get ready to bounce back and play a tough Milwaukee team tomorrow.
Dan Wakey, please.
Hey Wes, the schedule is what it is. You can only play the teams that are ahead of you. But you guys have seen some teams shorthanded this season. Are you excited for this group to get tested in a way maybe that it hasn't been tested yet, or at least maybe not since opening night?
I mean, I think every game is a test. I mean, every game presents a different challenge. We only play who's on our schedule. That's all we can focus on, all we can worry about. I mean, but we've had guys in and out of the lineups as well. So it's not like we're the same team that came back from last season. So, this is all still new for us too. So no one's really giving us the benefit of the doubt. We're not really giving anybody else the benefit of the doubt. The season is what it is, and we're excited for every game. And this one's no different. And we're gonna have our work cut out for us.
Melissa Roma.
Hey Wes, did you watch the inauguration? And if so, what were some of your thoughts or feelings or emotions that went through your head while watching it?
Well, I was at practice, so I was able to see a little bit of it. But I mean, it's just it's a monumental day, and it's a day that you're gonna remember. It's a day that a lot of people can feel proud about, because a lot of work behind the scenes, a lot of work. Of using our voices and using our platforms, everybody. This was the biggest election in the history, and all the firsts that are taking place right now, and hopefully now it's a time for change. It's a time for hope. It's a time for humanity. It's time for equality, and we're ready to open the page on a new chapter, and I'm excited. And the work is not done by any means. We got to continue to push and continue to strive and continue to hold ourselves and each other accountable. But it was definitely a great day.
Dave McMenamin.
Wes, this may be, I'm not really sure what your game attire or ritual is, so I don't know if this would apply to you, but is it easier to pack for a 7-game road trip in today's NBA, where there's maybe not as much attention on the outfits that the guys are wearing to the games than it would be in a regular season?
This is the Los Angeles Lakers. What are you talking about? There's not attention. That doesn't matter where we are. So, no, it doesn't make it any easier.
Got it.
All right, let's go to Andrew Wagner.
Welcome back to Wisconsin, West. Hope you're doing well.
Appreciate it.
My question kind of builds on an earlier one. Last year, you were in such a unique position, being with the Bucks, and being that you were a Wisconsin native, and with everything that was going on, being able to take that kind of center stage role. Have you been able to kind of keep tabs on what's going on back here in the state in terms of the fight for social justice and equality and everything the Bucks and elected officials have been doing?
Yeah, absolutely, and I've got my own team back home too that we're still doing things, still in the community. I mean that's home, regardless of what uniform I'm in, however long I play professional basketball, whatever. That's always going to be home, and so I'm always going to have roots there, and so I'm always going to be pushing for the better of the state in which I'm proud to claim, and. That hasn't changed regardless of the uniform, regardless of the state that I'm living in or city I'm living in. The effort is going to continue, and we need the effort to continue. And this doesn't stop just because we have a new president. It's got to continue to hit home. We got to continue to push. We got to continue to smarten up. We got to continue to be accountable, and we got to continue to work and lean on each other.
A real quick follow-up, what's it like being back here? I'm sure it's going to be kind of weird not being able to catch up with family and friends and stuff like that.
I mean, it's a business trip, truthfully. It's a business trip. That's how I'm attacking it. Other than 1 year, Milwaukee was always a road game for me. So even though it is home, it's still pretty familiar to be the opposition there. So, I'm excited to get back there and to hopefully get a win.
All right, we have time for one last question. Wes, let's go to Kyle Boone.
Hey Wes, last year when the Lakers and Bucks were playing, a lot of people saw that as perhaps a finals preview. Obviously you guys took the first one, and the second one was that weekend just before the league went on hiatus. I was wondering, from your perspective, did you see that matchup that way? And was there a different sense of excitement when these two teams were meeting, and do you sense that now?
Well, I can only really speak on my mentality. My mentality when I was in that locker room last year, I didn't really care who was on the other side. I just wanted to make sure that we were there. It didn't matter if it was the Lakers, Clippers, Jazz, whatever. So obviously that fell short. And as for now, I mean, every day, every game is we attack with the same mindset. We know that what the end game is. We know where we want to get to, and we know that we got a ways to go. So is this a preview? I don't know. Who knows? We're not really. We haven't even discussed that. What we need to do is lock in, get better on what we didn't do against Golden State, and make sure that we're ready for a tough Milwaukee team. And I can only really speak on my mentality. My mentality when I was in that locker room last year, I didn't really care who was on the other side. I just wanted to make sure that we were there. It didn't matter if it was the Lakers, Clippers, Jazz, whatever. So obviously that fell short. And as for now, I mean, every day, every game is we attack with the same mindset. We know that